Sizes mean that you constantly hear 29 mil, 30 mil, 32 mil, 22 mil, all this 49 mil, 43 mil. So what I want to do is explain what all that means. Right in my hand here, this is a stock length upper fork tube out of a touring model Harley Davidson. And so I want to start off by showing you what's actually inside of it for suspension. This is the top cap. This is a preload spacer that comes out. And then this is what's inside. Spring and this thing. Top out spring, and this is a dampening rod. But as you can see, it's very basic. It's just a tube with holes in it, top out spring, and that's really about it, right? That's all it's inside your fork. There's the main spring, there's the top washer, and then the preload spacer goes on, and then the top cap, you compress it and screw it together. That's what actually holds up the front of your stock Harley Davidson. Now, that's a 49mm fork tube, and that's on all Dyna models from 2006 to 2017 of 49mm. All Harley Davidson touring models of 49mm right here. Every single one of them from 2014 to present. Early models from 1995 all the way up to 2013 take a 41mm fork, and that's talking about the outside diameter here. This is 49, early model baggers were 41, and then the 43mm fork, which is on the Lowrider S, the inverted front ends have a 43mm too. Now, when we're talking about cartridges, here's right here is if you want to just take a look at this. This is a 32mm cartridge that we make. This is a 29mm cartridge. This is a 25mm cartridge. Now this one will go into a 49mm front end. This will go in a 49mm front end. This is made for a 41mm front end. And then this is a Nix 22 from Olin's. This will go into any front end because of the diameter will fit. But there's the differences. Here's the pistons. Okay. This is a 22mm, this is a 29mm, and this is a 32mm. Now that's talking about the size of the pistons. Of course, we were just talking about the size of the fork tubes, 49mm, 43mm, 41mm. And then there's actually a 39mm fork for the early FXRTs. The outside diameter of the fork tube is 39mm. And we built this cartridge here, the 25mm, to go inside of that, so it actually fits inside of it. So I think that pretty much explains the sizes of the 49mm fork, 43mm fork, versus the cartridges, which we have 22mm pistons, 29mm pistons, 32mm pistons, and then the one that goes in here is actually a 25mm piston. So that's what we're talking about, millimeters, is when we're talking about pistons. And if we're not talking about cartridges and pistons, we're talking about actual diameter of the fork tubes. And a lot of these suspension that we do, we'll do a 2-over on a bagger, on a touring model bike, or we'll do 2-over on an inverted front end for a Softail, or et cetera, et cetera. We do extend the front ends to give more ground clearance for the rider to have more lean angle, more ground clearance for his lean angle. And that's pretty much it. So here's a Rebound Big Bear Performance cartridge on Rebound. You see all those shims there? I mean, the oil's traveling through there, through this very intricate valve. And you can see there's a huge difference between this and what's inside the stock fork, which is basically nothing but a spring. And because we need to control the energy in the springs, and we need to control the input that's going into the front end, and the only way to do that is through hydraulics with these valves. That's the only way to do it. And of course these valves are fully adjustable, and so is our preload and our springs. And that's pretty much a rundown on sizes as well as what's in a stock front end and also why you need this.